Yesterday, I figured out how to use this complicated script to automate a very annoying thing in Adobe Premiere Pro. You see, I make a lot of videos in Premiere and it includes a bunch of screen recording footage that I zoom into like this. But unfortunately, Premiere doesn't have a feature built in that would allow me to reset the zoom amount with just one button click. So to reset this clip back to its original position, I would have to click here, enter, this arrow, and this arrow. That takes a lot of time. So what this script allows me to do is just hover my mouse over a clip that I want to reset, click one button, and boom, that's done. But I also edit videos on Mac, and the app that I use to automate this on Windows doesn't exist here. But I need this functionality. It would save me hundreds of hours of time across editing multiple different videos. So after some research, I found Keyboard Maestro. It could possibly let me achieve this as well. So let's see if it works. The Premiere Mac automation software. Wait, how much does it cost? I'm willing to invest in order to not be annoyed by this problem. It's $43, including VAT. That's not cheap, but if it can do a bunch of cool stuff, maybe worth it. Let's do a free trial. Improve your productivity. Whether you're a power user or just getting started, your time is precious, so don't waste it. You can automate virtually anything. Well, that's what I'm hoping. And here we go. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that just happened. Keyboard Maestro would like to control this computer using accessibility features and more features. Allow everything, I guess. This may not be good. If you're new, try the tutorial to see how you can create a simple macro in just a few steps. Whoa, did you see that? It painted right there. I'm liking this app already. Congratulations, you have created your first macro. Are you seeing this blurred background effect as well? Oh, it pairs so well with this wallpaper. I'll leave a link to the wallpaper pack in the description. So I've created my macro. When I press F6, it will open the home folder, and it does. Oh baby. This might even be more intuitive than Auto Hotkey. I know you probably can't do as much stuff with Keyboard Maestro compared to Auto Hotkey, but I'm excited to try. So now how do I get rid of this macro? It's right here. Do I just delete macro? Boom, it's gone. Search the web, Control-Shift-G. No way. It just opens like a recast window. How many elephants are there in the world? And it searches Google. They're estimated to be around 415,000 African elephants and 40,000 Asian elephants. Now you have this information. This is already super useful because if I do it with recast, I have to click G and then tab and then it searches Google. I mean, I could probably set it up to do it with a hotkey, but this is just nicely built in. And for some reason, I like how this search bar looks. So let's focus on Premiere Pro. Now, what I want to do here, by the way, I've just realized I've been ignoring this thing to the right. These are all of my apps here. What if I click on Premiere? It opens. So it's like a floating dock. Let's get rid of it. Anyway, what I want to do inside of Premiere is be able to quickly remove attributes from a clip, specifically motion attributes, with one click, which unfortunately isn't a feature in Premiere Pro, a professional video editing software. It's still the best out of all the other softwares that I've tried, but it still lacks a bunch of basic useful features like this. Oh wait, my Alt-Tab menu has changed. It's completely different from the macOS one. So there's a lot of things to explore. Enabled macros. Oh, there are a bunch of things enabled. Set DPI to normal. Rotate 180 degrees. OCR image. Okay, let's get back to Premiere. So global macro group, then I add a new macro, Premiere reset attributes. Add a new trigger, global macro palette, status menu, typed string trigger. No, I want hotkey trigger. When I press a keyboard shortcut, I want it to do something. So when I press Control-Shift-Q, when this hotkey is pressed, or by script, or by Apple script, so I can make a hotkey run a Python script. That's useful. Oh, there's so much stuff this app can do, I'm just realizing. So now I want some action to happen, and there are a bunch of actions. Google Chrome control, files, debugger, clipboard, application control. That's probably what I want. Hide front application, hide a specific application, show all applications. Not really. You can use Keyboard Maestro to create a macro that applies a specific effect in Premiere Pro. This involves defining the macro's trigger, example a hotkey, and then specifying the actions it should perform in Premiere, such as navigating to the effect panel, searching for the effect, and applying it to the selected clip. That's exactly what I want. Add an action to select Premiere Pro application. So action, search, select application. Oh, it only searches within this group, all actions, and then select application. Oh, activate a specific application. Okay, double click. By default, it activates Finder. I want Adobe Premiere. Use the move or click mouse action to navigate to the effects panel. Well, I don't really need to do that because I have keyboard shortcuts to go into the effects panel there. It's Shift X for me. Shift C goes to effect controls. Shift Z goes to the project panel. If you're editing videos in Premiere, these are a game changer if you actually memorize them. By the way, if you want to learn how to make YouTube videos, I have a YouTube course that goes over everything I know from strategy to editing videos as efficiently as possible. Essentially everything you need to start making money by making YouTube videos. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Okay, so instead of move mouse click, I need press a keyboard shortcut. Keystroke, type a keystroke, Shift X. So it will activate Premiere, type in Shift X. Then I wanted to select this search box, which would be Control F, right? Wrong. Oh, I have it set to Shift F. So send another keystroke, Shift F. Now this should happen. It should go into the effects panel, select the search field. Then here I want to create a preset that would apply default motion attributes to a clip. So I'm just going to reset everything here. Click this, save preset, default motion. So now once I'm inside of the search bar, I wanted to type default motion automatically. Insert text by pasting. So default motion. Oh, rookie mistake. Before it inserts this text, there might be some other thing here in the search bar, like the transform up preset from my presets pack. See what I did there? So I wanted to first clear the text that's in the search box and only then paste it in. Now to do that, I can just send another keystroke. Can I add it like this? Yes, I can. So let's just do Command A, which means when it selects this field, it's going to select the text with Command A and then paste something on top of it. This is much easier than with auto hotkey. So these are the actions so far. Now, this is the difficult part. Once it pastes in default motion, my mouse cursor has to come right here and then drag this onto a clip to reset its position. If I go into the effect controls panel and zoom in and then apply this effect from here, it's all nice and reset. And this will most likely be slightly difficult to do because I want to be able to move my mouse over a clip, then click the keyboard shortcut and for everything to happen automatically. This clip should just immediately reset position, which means that I somehow need to save my current mouse position as well. Does it have save mouse position or mouse? Click at found image, move or click mouse, use a variable. I guess maybe let's not worry about the mouse position restoring now. Let's just get it to click on default motion. So now I want to click there, click at found image, press a button when enabled, move or click mouse. I think move or click mouse is what I want. Move and click at 0, 0 from the top left corner of the frontmost application, probably, of the front window. Okay, so it's going to be relative to the Premiere Pro window, not relative to my actual monitor, which is very good. Click at somewhere. Now, how do I find out coordinates of this? Maybe it's here. Move, disable action, restore mouse location. Wait, I don't know. So how do I get the coordinates? Oh wait, record. I can record an action. Hello? Now I must say if you're watching this, chances are you care about your productivity, which is just being able to do what you want to do in a shorter amount of time. And whether you're a working professional or have your own business, what's very important to being able to unleash that productivity is being organized. I bet you're a bit like me and you love to be organized, but you rarely are. And to help you with that, I want to introduce Akiflow, this video sponsor. They've recently rolled out the rituals feature, which allows you to plan out your day and review it at the end. Down here, you can select daily planning and you'll be able to see your inbox that includes stuff from the different apps you connected to Akiflow. For example, Slack or email. And on the right, you'll be able to create tasks that you want to do for the day. I like to leave some empty space when I plan out my day to account for all the things I didn't expect to happen, but I always try to do at least one non-negotiable hour of working on YouTube videos and either meditating or learning something new. So I usually add those on the right side. Then once the day is over, you can go back and select daily shutdown, where you'll be able to review your day, seeing all the tasks you did and the stuff that you didn't do. This lets you view your entire day from a bird's eye perspective and see the areas where you did great and those that need more of your focus. If you've never seen all of your tasks from a bunch of different apps in one single place that lets you efficiently organize them, then Akiflow can help unlock this for you. Now there's this absolutely killer feature called the command bar. It's It's like Spotlight Search on macOS. I love using it to quickly create and schedule tasks within my calendar. You just put in a time, click enter, and it's there. And using AI, Akiflow can automatically assign your projects to your tasks. You get a personal model that learns from the tasks assigned to your projects and then assigns new tasks for you. Data safety is Akiflow's #1 priority, and they say that your data will only be used to train your private AI model. And if you're unsure what some of Akiflow's features can do, there's an exclusive one-on-one onboarding call you can take for the Akiflow team to help you get started and help you set up your Akiflow in minutes. If you want to check them out, I'll leave a link in the description. What are these danger signs here? Screen recording permission is needed to capture images of the screen or find images on the screen. Oh, maybe that's why it doesn't work. Let's enable it. Quit and reopen. Will it save the actual macro? I sure hope it did. Keyboard Maestro would like to record this computer screen. Sure, buddy. Screen recording disabled, but I just enabled it. Right here, it's enabled. Maybe I should probably move this app into my applications folder. That's how you install apps on macOS and then open it. Allow Keyboard Maestro to find devices on local networks. Why? But I guess allow. Oh, and it put me where I last left off. Okay, so maybe now if I press get, it's going to get the coordinates. No, maybe I select front Windows corner, get, and then if I go to Premiere, it got the numbers now. So if I click go, it should move my mouse to default motion. Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's because it's going to the front Windows corner and the front window will be Premiere because of this action that I added here. So everything is good. Once the mouse moves there, now I want another mouse action, move mouse, move or click mouse. Yes. But now how do I know where it should move this? Because it's going to be wherever I put my mouse cursor on the screen. So now for sure, I want to save my current mouse position. This will definitely need some Googling. You can use a macro that utilizes current mouse token to store the coordinates in a variable. Okay, so I need a variable. This is probably it. So I move it here. Variable name, original mouse position. To set mouse location, it's already here. So then it moves my mouse to default motion. So once it's there, I want it to click and drag to somewhere. Oh, it can automatically move, click, and drag. So I didn't even need this top one. I needed to move there, boom, move and click and drag at there from the top left corner of the front window. So I needed to drag to the variable that I set. Let's delete this one here. Now I wanted to move my mouse to this variable position. I don't know what this is going to do, so I'm just going to try this. How do I save it now? Premiere reset attributes. Okay, so if I close this, okay, so if this clip is now zoomed in, I move my mouse cursor here, Control Shift Q, it did something. It selected default motion and it's renaming it right now. Not sure why that happened. Let's try it again. Boom. It selects this text for some reason. I wanted to grab this and drag it onto the clip. Wait a minute. Let's see where the mouse cursor ends up. So I place it here originally, Control Shift Q, and it's still here, which means it resets the mouse. It just doesn't drag the thing. It for some reason select it. Interesting. Wait, what am I doing with this variable? I don't think I know what I'm doing. So let's just delete it from here. Boink. Maybe I don't choose restore mouse position. I'm completely lost. So I guess let's just drag it here, just test it out with this clip specifically. I'll click get and move my mouse here. In 5 seconds, it should get this location. Oh, it put it right there. So this is where I wanted to drag to. Paste it in here. So now it should go from these coordinates to these coordinates. It will only work for this clip because if I move my timeline, the coordinates change. But let's test it out if it even works. So Control Shift Q. Oh, it added it here on these clips. Maybe my coordinates were a little mismatched. I think I may have switched places. These are the right coordinates. Let's try this again. My mouse cursor is here. Control Shift Q. Boom, it worked. Well, it will not work on any other clip, just this one, but it did work, which means that now I only have to figure out how to move my mouse not to these coordinates, but to my original mouse position where my mouse already was. So I definitely have to save the position then. How to store mouse position and restore it later. Use a set variable to text action and set its body to calculate mouse X, calculate mouse Y. Then use a use variable action to set the mouse location to the variable you created in the first action. It works, thank you. Okay, I'm doing this. This now saves my mouse position, the mouse position that's on the clip. Okay, let's not lose where we are. Then it goes to default motion and holds. So now it's holding, which means that I want to make the mouse go to this variable position position and release. Then use a use variable action. Use variable, so like here probably. Use variable original mouse position to set the mouse location. Oh, I move it down here. Wait, I'm getting slowly lost. Delete this one, I think. So now my mouse should be here. It picks up default motion. It's holding it. Then it sets my mouse position on the clip instantly. And when the macro ends, it automatically releases my mouse. So this should be it then. Wait, am I even recording? I am. Ooh, imagine. Okay, let's just try it, I guess. Let's zoom back into this clip, then move my mouse here, Control Shift Q. Boom, it just worked. Okay, what about another clip like this one? Control Shift Q. Well, I guess this was its original position already, so it didn't really change anything. What about this clip? Control Shift Q. Boom, it restores the original. Amazing. Now, could we make it slightly faster? I think we could. Okay, I have improved the script a little bit, added a condition. If this application is at the front, only then execute this whole script when I press button 5 on my mouse, one of the thumb buttons. So now I can do it with the key on my mouse instead of the keyboard. While I was improving a script, I came up with another idea that would be amazing to automate. Premiere doesn't open. Expected behavior. Anyway, when I create videos, I often make these cool looking animations using code. Oh, very fancy. But then also, I sometimes animate logos like this. You see, it nicely appears there on the screen. And this can 100% be automated because the code for it is just this. I need just an SVG image, then some text underneath, and animate it on the screen like this, using a Python library called manim. And so instead of coming into VS Code every single time I want to animate a logo, wouldn't it just be amazing if I could select the logo on my desktop, hit one key, and bada bing, bada boom, there's the animation. It just spawns in right next to the logo. That would be cool, and it would save a bunch of time. So let's try to automate this as well. This will most likely be a much bigger challenge than the Premiere script. Let's probably start with ChatGPT. You can definitely automate this with Keyboard Maestro. Let's go. And a little help from a shell script or Python. So let's download a dummy SVG logo. I can do it with Raycast SVG. And here I can pick any logo I want. You know what? Let's do the Steam logo. That looks good. Okay. Control N to create a new macro. Of course, the keyboard shortcut works. Manim logo animation. Set the trigger to Control Shift Q. Use this shell script inside the macro. Ooh, this is where it gets interesting. Shell. Execute a shell script. Shell is essentially the terminal, so it will execute a script as if I was doing it in the terminal, I think. Get path of selected file only works in Finder. Exit if nothing's selected. Oh, so I have to first select a file for this to work. Okay. Get directory and file name, so it saves it inside of these two variables. Then it removes the file name extension, so .svg. Okay. Create a temporary Python script for manim. You can save an entire Python script as a temporary variable. Cat means put something inside of a file. So in this case, inside of this temporary script, it's going to put all of this, which is the code to create the animation. EOF. This is maybe end of file. Then run manim and output the same directory as the SVG. It goes into SVG directory. So in this case, it would be desktop. Then it runs this command, manim-quality low. We're going to want to change that to quality high later. Temporary script, which is the Python file. This is the scene name, this right here, and then output file SVG name. Clean up temporary file, or M stands for remove. Okay, so I think I understand what all of this does. No chance I would have been able to write this myself, so it may just work like this. I don't even need to add anything else. So now if I go to this file, Control Shift Q, oh, Keyboard Maestro wants access to Control Finder, allow. So did anything happen, or do I run this again? Control Shift Q, nothing seems to be happening. So instead of putting all of this code in a script, let's try to trace these steps back. I'll try to do everything myself, and then if it works, I can then try to turn it into a script. So step 1, it gets the path of selected file. I'm going to open a new text edit and do exactly what it says. So copy this as path name, paste it here. Then I need to get directory and file name. So the directory is my desktop. I can copy it as path name as well. Boom, there's the desktop. And the file name is steam.svg. Create a temporary Python script for manim. So I'm just going to create a permanent script. So let's open the terminal, go into desktop, and then vim animation.python. There it is. Then I put all of this code inside of the file, and I want to replace this here with the actual image path. So this right here, Steam SVG, and then the text should be the same as the file name, and it's just Steam. Then write this file and quit. And now I just need to run this Python file. So the way the script would do it, it would go into the directory, so into the desktop. I'm already inside of my desktop. Then it would run all of this. Let's yoink this, paste it here. Temporary script is the name of the script, so animation.py. And for the output file, it uses SVG name, which is Steam. Let's see if this works. No such file or directory. Option homebrew bin manim doesn't exist. I think it would work if I would do this. Manim quality low, animation.py, then logo animation, and output Steam. Yes, it does work. Oh, there's an error. No such option output. Did you mean output file? Oh yes, that's what I should have said. Okay, it's there. File is ready at user's desktop. It's inside of media, actually. Videos, animation, 480p, and there's the logo. Okay, so it should work with a different command. This should say manim quality high, or K means 4K, I think. And then there's a problem because it moves this file into media. I don't want media to appear here. I just want a MP4 file immediately accessible here on my desktop. Either way, let's just test out if this even works. So I delete everything, then I select Steam and Control-Shift-Q. Nothing happened. Interesting. Or maybe I do it here inside of Finder. Control-Shift-Q. Silence. So something isn't going according to plan here. What is this R next to SVG path? Raw string. It tells Python to treat backslashes as literal characters and not as escape characters. Oh, okay. Include errors. Ooh, there's the error. Manim command not found. Wait, what if I do it on the file again? Control-Shift-Q. Oh, manim is not found. So where is manim located on my PC? If I open terminal and do which manim, it's right here. So let's yoink this, and then instead of manim here, say this. Maybe now it works. Control-Shift-Q. Keyboard Maestro would like to access files in your desktop. Allow. Okay. If I go into videos, logo animation, 480p, there's the animation. Oh my god. Yes, let's go. The only thing that's left now is going into here, then moving this to the desktop and deleting the media folder. I will always want to do this in 4K, so let's change this to K. Save this and see if it works in 4K. Yes, it is 4K. Look at that glorious 4K 60 FPS animation. Now this Steam logo has some different colors, so I would have to tweak the animation a little bit. So let's pick a different logo. Something simple, exquisite, something with taste, not just a bland logo. Oh look, there's the Illuminati logo. This will definitely look cool. Boink, Control-Shift-Q, and it's going to appear right here. That is beautiful. So now I want the script to automatically move it from here to my desktop. Let's copy this as path name and ask ChatGPT to do this. What I want to happen once it renders it is for this file to be moved to my desktop and the media folder to be deleted automatically. Could you do that? Also, it would be cool if it would automatically copy the Python script to my clipboard with actual paths instead of variable names. Then if something happens, like with the Steam logo where it doesn't render properly, I could go into VS Code and immediately paste the code without having to create it again. That's my thinking, at least. It locates the output file, moves it to the desktop, renames it to match the SVG. Okay, that's beautiful. Let's try it out. So if I delete media now and do Control-Shift-Q, it immediately opened it. This is preview quality low. And is this file on my desktop? No, it is not. So where is it? First of all, let's do quality 4K. Run manim with full path. Okay. Find the latest output directory. Locate the output video. But what if the video isn't finished yet? If found output file, then move output file to home desktop svg name.mp4. Clean up manim media folder. Delete temporary Python script. Okay, so it should work. Let's try this again. Media is there, and does it disappear? It should wait for a little bit and then get deleted once the file is moved to my desktop. Oh, it did get deleted, but there's no file. So it seems like it automatically deletes everything. Fixed script ensures video is saved before deleting media. I thought this is what you did before though. Oh yeah, media is getting deleted at the very end. command. Summary of changes. Moves the video before deleting media. Checks that the video was moved successfully. Only deletes media if the move was confirmed. Okay, beautiful. Let's try this now. Okay, I think the script finished, but it didn't do anything. So media, videos, logo animation. Is it here? It is here, but it didn't move. If I open the terminal, then go into this location and then see what happens if I run this. Move video to desktop before deleting media. I need MV output file to desktop output. So MV logo into desktop. So now it should move logo animation into desktop as soon as I click enter. Let's see if it disappears from there. It does. If I go into my desktop, there it is. So this should work, assuming that these variable names are correct. So I need to investigate output file and desktop output. Oh wait, it thinks the output file is 3JS dark. It's supposed to be logo animation. Right, let's delete media and this one and try this again. So Control Shift Q, media should appear. There it is. And it's here and it renamed it into 3JS dark. Is it 4K? It is 4K. Oh, I like this automation thing that's going on. So this one didn't really have much to do with Keyboard Maestro apart from setting a keyboard shortcut that would trigger this shell script. Oh, almost forgot. If I go into Visual Studio Code, do I have the code in my clipboard? Yes, I do. And if I want, I can just render it from here and make any changes. Kablamo. This would have been useful with the Steam logo because I can go in here and change the code however I want. Anyway, this is what I wanted to experiment with. I think it's super cool that you can do this. There's so many different things I could start automating with this app or with shell scripts and ChatGPT. Oh, and there's one more thing that I completely forgot to mention. Psych.